questions for quarterback Eric Dungy. If you have one, please raise your hand and we'll bring you the microphone.
Eric, right off the bat, I actually wanted to ask you about that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the second and goal when it got backed up and it got challenged. Could you just talk through, what you did there and what was called?
That was coach would call it selfish play. That was not cool on my part. The guy was hitting at the ball, so I kind of just gave it to him. But it was in front of the ref. I can't do things like that. It's a bad look for the team. I'm representing the team. So I told coach I apologize, and it's not going to happen again.
Eric, Coach Babers was talking about a sign of maturity for this team, able to handle a game like this after beating Florida State and with Clemson dead ahead. Talk about that and what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, it was big for us. You can't overlook any opponent, and that's what Coach was harping to us all week, and that's what I was trying to tell the guys as well. Because you can't. I think Virginia Tech got beat by Old Dominion today. You can't take any team for granted, and that's why I was saying every week we got to go into the game thinking, this is the only game we're playing. This is the only thing we're focusing on. And coming up now, we got Clemson, which is going to be a very tough opponent.
After getting pulled out of last week's game with an injury, how did it feel to be back out there? And as a whole, how do you think you did today?
And I wouldn't really call it an injury. It was just more of a, unfortunate situation, really. But it felt really good to be out there. Obviously I love being with the guys, and I love being able to see them make plays. So it was great to be out there, and I'm happy we got a good team win today.
Nico?
Eric, back here. As far as now that this one is put to bed, can you appreciate the opportunity that's in front of you? Look at the progress that's been made from in your time here. Now it's 4-0 Syracuse, undefeated Clemson, their place, national TV. Can you appreciate that opportunity?
Yeah, definitely. But like I said, Clemson's one of the best teams in the nation, so it's going to be a very tough opponent, and we really got to lock in this week and prepare.
Eric, right here, right over here. You've talked all season about wanting to annihilate teams, and Dino and yourself have talked about your position as a leader and how you're the one that has to go out there and do it every single day. Where do you see this team? Where do you see the burden on this team falling on your shoulders? How far do you think that you have to go to propel them?
I don't think I have to propel anybody, really. It's the way I am. If it rubs off, that's great. Obviously I try to be the best leader I can, but I think a lot of these guys are starting to buy in, and it's awesome to see. Coach Babers came in 3 years ago, and everyone expected things to change right away. And you got to give time. You got to give things time. Have a little faith. That's what he always said. So we just got to keep working. We got a lot of improvements to make still. It's gonna be a good film to watch again, but I'm looking forward to preparing for this week against Clemson.
Eric, kind of going off of that, just what the message was from Dino Babers coming in, what he said to the team about the plan and kind of what he had, those pillars that he was trying to set, and then how you've seen that come to fruition these last few seasons.
Yeah, it's been great, but at the end of the day, we still got 8 more games to go, at least. So we got to really focus in and take it week by week. You can't really be thinking too far in the future or too far in the past. You really just got to live in the present. And right now, like I said, preparing for Clemson.
We're going to take a couple more questions for Eric. Middle on the right.
Eric, today with Sean's performance and you having 5 touchdowns, I think somebody that kind of got lost in translation was how good a game Mo Neal had today. Okay. How important is he to your offense, and what kind of skill set does he bring to an offense that likes to run up tempo and likes to get backs out in space?
It was awesome. Not only Mo Neal, but Dante Strickland as well, and Jarvian also until the fumble. But it was great. Coach was saying we need to get guys over 100 yards in the rushing game, and we would have had 2 if Dante was in there a little longer too. But I'm happy for those guys. But it starts with the guys up front. Really, the line did a great job, and Sean Riley, Hakeem Johnson, Jamal Custis, they all made great plays on the edge, and when you're able to throw the ball at the line of scrimmage and they're able to get 5-6 yards every time, that's a productive offense.
Last 2 questions for Eric, Josh, and Darius.
Eric, you guys have already matched your win total from each of your first 3 years here. 4-0 for the first time in 27 years. What does it mean to you and the guys just to to be where you're at right now with the rest of the season ahead of you?
It's kind of the way we felt about it in the past 3 years, really. You look at the past 2 years, you look at those and, 4-8, 4-8, 4-8, but, we had a win, or we were close loss here and there. But now we really just got to, like I said, work on learning how to win and annihilating teams and not being comfortable about being up, but really just focus on the game. And the score is always 0-0. You always got to score and you always got to get a stop.
Last question for Eric.
Back here, Eric. You just mentioned it there again. Talked a lot about the annihilating teams and all that. How impressed are you, or what is the emphasis that shows tonight, where the offense, defense, and once again special teams too, all coming through and sort of exemplifying how the team is taking that mantra of annihilating the teams to heart?
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of the mindset you got to have. I mean, at the end of the day, I still don't think we played that crisp of a game. We left a lot of points on the board offensively, and I'm not sure about defense, but I'm sure, they don't ever want people to score. So from an offensive standpoint, like I said, we got some things to clean up, but it's going to be a good film to watch, and it only can get better. Thank you.
Good job, Eric.
I'll take questions for wide receiver Sean Riley. We'll start on the right with Dan.
Sean, almost 300 all-purpose yards is what you can say. You had a touchdown on offense, had a touchdown on special teams. I know you've been trying to break that one for a little bit here. Just what you can say about the game today for you.
I mean, the coaches prepared us all week in the film room. They told us where there were going to be open spaces, and we just executed.
This is Sean, back left here. What's different this year? Last 2 years, you guys had really big wins.
Right.
Last year, you lost every game after the Clemson game.
Right.
What's different this year? How different does it feel in the locker room?
I feel like we have a lot of leadership, and the guys feel really confident. We just believe we can win every game before we go into any game. So I feel like that's what does it.
And the more you do it, is it feeding on it right now?
Yeah, we're definitely getting comfortable. Not comfortable, because we do have Clemson coming up, big game, but we're not 4-0. We're 0-0 right now, so that's how we take it one game at a time.
Also take questions for Kendall Coleman.
Kendall, you and Alton Robinson, it seemed like pretty much everybody on the defensive line was just living in the backfield today. Can you talk about sort of what you guys saw this week in film and what sort of keyed in you guys being able to just sort of dominate UConn's offensive line like you did?
Nothing really gave away what the play was going to be or anything like that. We just had a good jump on the ball. It all starts with a good get-off and communication, and we were able to recognize plays once the ball was snapped, and everybody doing their parts allows for individuals to go and make plays.
Seth and then Dan.
Kendall, now 2 weeks in a row where the defensive line has just kind of wreaked havoc on the other team's quarterback and gotten into the backfield. Is there something that's changed over these 2 weeks that maybe has made you guys more effective, or is it just the matchups and the way kind of football goes?
I think that it all comes from chemistry. Last year there was a couple of injuries here and there, guys first year being on the team and stuff like that made it a little tough, but being 1 year in, taking those first couple of weeks to figure each other out and get comfortable with each other, and I feel like now we're in a really good spot to be able to play with each other and go out there and play together.
Kendall, what can you say about the coaching staff, just defensively, starting with Brian Ward all the way down, just what they've done to get you guys prepared, get you ready, and what you've taken away from them as this team has grown and obviously played better defensively these last few games?
Yeah, definitely. So they do a good job of letting us know when we've made good plays and stuff like that, but the most important thing is to just not dwell in the past and not dwell on those plays. Good plays happen, but so do bad plays, and so they make sure that we also know about the bad plays and that we're moving on and learning from those things and being able to correct them throughout the game and throughout the week.
Kendall, another one. Dino mentioned during his little portion that the tackles were really critical, disrupting inside and lets you and Alton and all the other defensive ends get off the edge. Could you talk about some of the work they do and things they do to let you guys get free rushes and beat a one-on-one?
You talking about our D tackles? Yeah. Yeah, they're major. The get off that they have and the attention that they draw is crucial for any of the edge rushers, whether it be Alton and I or Brandon and Kingsley, whoever's out there. It's absolutely crucial, and I greatly appreciate those guys for it. It makes my job a little bit easier outside.
Also take questions for Alton. Back row on the right.
Looking forward to next week, what would a win against a program like Clemson mean for this program, which has clearly found some new life moving forward and really trying to create an identity for itself?
I think a win against Clemson means just as much as a win against UConn and Wagner and Florida State and Western Michigan. They're a great program, great team, and that's obviously going to be a tough challenge, but at the end of the day, it all counts the same if it's in the win column.
Kendall, back left. So what does it say about how this team is growing, that not only were you able to win today, but win convincingly after a big win and with another big game coming up?
I think it speaks a lot about this team in terms of who we are versus who we have been. And I'm excited to see how much further we can take this thing and see knowing the potential that we have. Who we are is in our identity. Past teams in games like even today maybe would have struggled a little bit more, come across adversity and maybe shied away from it. But I don't think that's who this team is this year, and I think that we've done a good job of representing that on the field.
Nico?
Back here, guys, I guess we'll start with Alton if we can move down the line. Can you appreciate, it's a similar question to what you just answered, but can you appreciate the progress that's been made that, yes, this team's 4-0, but now you've got a national showdown. The whole country's going to be watching you. Undefeated Syracuse, undefeated Clemson. Can you appreciate the work that made this showdown happen?
Yeah, we definitely can appreciate it. I mean, to be 4-0 is a great feeling. And when you're 4-0, you just want to get to 5-0. And when you're 5-0, you want to go then. So we definitely can appreciate all the progress we've made.
No doubt. No doubt. There's been a lot of work put in to get us to this point. And like Alton said, it's just about taking it one game at a time. In order to win this game, we had to focus on this game. We couldn't focus on the fact that we got Clemson ahead of us. And now that we got Clemson, that's the main focus right now. So like I said, there was a lot of work put into it, and definitely can appreciate the position that we're in. Now we just got to go out and take advantage of it.
I just feel like it's not over. We still got 8 or 9 games left. So like they said, we just got to take it one game at a time.
Yeah, this is for all you guys too, but I wanted to kind of ask specifically with Clemson, what's the feeling like going into a game knowing you beat them last year and they are probably not, I mean, you're 4-0, so they're not going to get caught slacking anyways, but there might be a little chip on their shoulder. Like, how do you try and beat a team that's that good twice in a row?
Yeah, well, to answer your question, I mean, football's football every day of the week, so just be technically sound. I think that'll help us.
I think what's major about beating a team like Clemson is the same thing that's major about beating anybody else on our schedule. Everybody, any day of the week, can come out and beat us if we beat ourselves. So like Alton said, being technically sound and making sure that we're playing our best game going to put us in a situation where we can go out and take the win.
I just feel like we just got to prepare all week, make the plays that we can make, and execute every play.
Last 2 questions, Matt.
This one's for Alton and Kendall. When Eric's playing the way that he does today, when he has 350 yards of offense and scoring 5 touchdowns, how is he able to propel the defense?
He just brings momentum, you know, hearing the crowd go crazy. You know, it kind of gives us momentum knowing that we got points on the board to defend.
The energy and the electricity that's in the air when he's out there doing his thing is nothing short of amazing. And it makes us even more energized to go out there and match him and see how many big plays we can make ourselves. So Eric being able to go out there and show out is crucial and is major for our defense.
Last question, middle on the right.
This is for Kendall and Alton. This is the first week you guys have really seen a true dual threat quarterback that's not going to try to stay in the pocket. You kind of saw it with Francois last week, but with Pendel this week, he was really a guy that could get out of the pocket and wreak some havoc. You've got something similar coming next week in Kelly Bryant. How important is it for you to have success against a dual threat guy this week, going into probably an even better dual threat guy next week with Bryant?
First things first is pass rush. You want to keep the quarterback in front of you, keep him in the pocket. So that's all.
I mean, it's very important that we had a good game against this quarterback and knowing his abilities and what he's able to do. Now we just got to build on it, taking it into next week.
I think I'm going to play a little bit of DN this week. Thank y'all.
Thank you.